Hi, beautiful being. In today's video, I will be sharing more details about the community overnight sessions at Maahi Wellness, where you have the opportunity to have a shared overnight session, either with a group of friends or with people that we pair you with, where you will spend 12 hours sleeping and resting in the powerful healing regenerative frequencies of the EESystem, and also experience deeper healing on a cellular level through a detox process and a regeneration process, and also experience healing on the level of the nervous system, which manifests as less stress and less anxiety. In our community overnights at Maahi, we offer you the opportunity to sleep in the EESystem for 12 continuous hours, which means that the scalar frequencies of the EESystem give you the opportunity to rest, recharge, and regenerate very deeply on a cellular level. So now you must be wondering, what are scalar frequencies? Scalar frequencies are frequencies of healing, and these frequencies exist in the quantum field, and they are faster than the speed of light. So all of the frequencies that are slower than the speed of light are available to us in this physical world, in the physical dimension, and we can experience them with our 5 physical senses. So for example, sound itself, we can experience with our 5 physical senses. We can hear sound, we can feel the vibration of sound, and we can experience sound with our bodies with the 5 physical senses. Light itself, we see light, we feel light, we experience light with our 5 physical senses. However, scalar frequencies are non-physical frequencies, and thanks to Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, who is a quantum physicist and a healer, they've been programmed into computers and they've been made available in a room through computers. And so when the human body comes into a room with an EESystem, the scalar frequencies of the EESystem, they interact with the cells in our body and they start to hypercharge every single cell. So as human beings, we are cellular beings. The fundamental building block of our body is all of the trillions of cells in our body. Everything in our body is a cell, whether it's our hair, our nails, our skin, our tissues, our glands, our organs, doesn't matter what it is. Everything is made of a cell. So when our cells are healthy, we are healthy. If our cells are unhealthy, then we are not healthy. And often what we see for people, both with acute and chronic mental illnesses and also acute and chronic physical illnesses, is that what has happened in their body over a period of time is that a majority of their cells are not as healthy as they need to be. So every single cell in our body has what is called a cellular charge or a cellular voltage. So if you imagine that this is a cell, in the cell wall is a crystalline structure, a membrane that holds a charge, and that cellular charge is measurable. So the cellular charge of a healthy cell is 70 to 90 millivolts, and the cellular charge of an unhealthy cell, think a cancerous cell, is about 20 millivolts. So often what we see with people that have chronic health issues, acute health issues, whether it's physical health or mental health like depression and anxiety, is that the cellular charge of these cells has shrunk significantly. And the primary thing that happens in the EESystem when people come and they spend time in the EESystem, especially in an overnight, is that the cellular charge of every single one of your trillions of cells is starting to increase in size. And when that happens, your cells will detox toxins and then they'll start to regenerate on the level of the mitochondria. So essentially, some of the benefits of the overnight sessions, the first primary benefit is that the overnight session, one overnight session, is sometimes as good as a 1-month liver cleanse, depending on the level of toxins in your body. That is because all of the trillions of cells in your body are starting to detox toxins, and when they detox those toxins and you have a detox bath after, the cells in the body will start to regenerate on a cellular level. So often people will say after an overnight, they feel very light or they feel as if they have discharged a lot of toxins into their bath, and that's because they have. And effectively, the result of discharging such a large amount of toxins is that the cells now have an opportunity to do what they're best at doing, which is start a process of regenerating and healing. The second benefit of a 12-hour overnight session is that it helps the nervous system reset and recalibrate, and therefore people start to experience less anxiety, less tension, they feel more calm, and they just feel like that sense of stress and compression has reduced quite a bit. And that That's because the EESystem is primarily a nervous system healing field. There is research in sports medicine to show that even 2 hours in the EESystem moves the nervous system from that high fight or flight response to a more rest and regenerate response, which is that sympathetic response of fight or flight to more of the parasympathetic state of rest and regenerate. And only when our nervous system is in that state of rest and regenerate, where we don't have very high anxiety, can the body actually repair itself. If the body is always anxious and feeling like it's in fight or flight, then it's actually impossible for people to feel like their body can heal itself. So the 12-hour overnight helps reduce anxiety, create more calm, helps you move into more of that repair and regenerate mode, both on a cellular level as well as on the level of the nervous system. And the third benefit is hypercharging all of your cells. Because we are cellular beings and every cell carries cellular voltage and a cellular charge, having a 12-hour continuous overnight where you are resting in the EESystem and therefore you're either in a deep sleep state, which is a delta state, or in a lucid dreaming state, which is a theta state, your body has the best opportunity to repair and regenerate when you're already in that theta or that deep delta state. And therefore, the overnights can be very powerful and help people make a jump from their current state of physical and mental energy, strength, and health to the next level of physical health, energy, and well-being. So, if you're curious about what the overnight is like and you're wondering what it's all about, then here are the details. At Maahi Wellness, when you book a shared community overnight session, you're essentially getting a cozy bed with fresh sheets and a serene environment, just like a hotel room. All you have to do is show up. We will give you everything that you need. Bring your eye mask and your earplugs, settle in, and allow the EESystem to do the magic that it does. The next day, go home and have a detox bath. The recipe for the detox bath is in the description below. Go home, have a detox bath, and you will find that you will immediately within the next week start to experience some of those cellular and nervous system benefits of the EESystem. In order to make the overnight sessions very accessible price-wise, what we have created is called community overnight sessions, where like-minded souls come together for deep healing. So essentially, a community overnight session is a session that's shared by you with 2 or 3 other people. So there's a maximum of about 4 people in the room, and you can either bring your friends or we can pair you in the community overnight session, and you will experience a 12-hour overnight for just $250. So for roughly about $20 an hour, you're being able to experience this deeply regenerating, recharging, healing experience. So depending on where you're watching this video, if it's on the blog, then in the blog you will see the list of all of the overnights that are coming up for the next 2 months. And if you're watching this video on our email, then in the email you will see a list of all of the community overnights that are coming up over the next 2 months. So if you're interested in our next community overnight, please email us at sayhello@Maahi Wellness or call Sahar at 604-449-9673 and book your next community overnight. It's also not a bad idea for you to do one overnight session for the next 6 months, because you will find in the next 6 months that your level of health and energy will jump from point A to point B, and that point B is a far better place than what you started. All right, I guess we'll see you at our next shared community overnight session.